স্পিকিং এ আপনি যাকে উত্তর দিতেছেন সে চেক করতে যাবে না। দেয়ার ইজ নো ফ্যাক্ট চেক। ওকে, আপনি যদি বলেন বান্দরবনের পাহাড় সবচেয়ে উঁচা পাহাড়, উনি গিয়ে বান্দরবনে পাহাড় মাপতে যাবে না, গিয়ে দিয়ে দেখি তো না ঠিক কথা বলছে নাকি। আপনি যদি বলেন আমার গাড়ি সবচেয়ে দামি গাড়ি, সে আপনাকে চেক করতে যাবে না যে সে কথাটা সত্যি বলছে নাকি। নো ফ্যাক্ট চেক। আপনি যা জানেন সেটা ইংলিশে প্রেজেন্ট করবেন। ইটস এ কমিউনিকেশন টেস্ট, ইটস নট আ টেস্ট টু চেক ফ্যাক্ট whether you are speaking the truth or not, right? So let me ask you one more question. So what would you advise as a person who is speaking or learning to speak English? I should not say that, we know how to speak English, but how to get out of this hesitation. People have the hesitation. What would you say that how they can work on their hesitation?
So, because when it comes to writing and reading, I would 100% recommend reading good English, for example. So, books and the like. In this sense, if you have the time, if you have the means, I would absolutely recommend watching English television, listening to podcasts, just hearing what fluent English sounds like, because naturally your ear will kind of get used to that, and you'll implement that structure, that logical procession, if you will, in your own language subsequently. So I would absolutely recommend that if you have such time.
We have our next participant who joined, Syed Al Abrar. So Abrar, can you hear us? If you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, can you hear? Okay, that's good. So Abrar, thank you very much for joining. We really appreciate. So just to give you some heads up, we want to mimic the same thing, part 1, part 2, part 3, and Catherine will ask you some basic questions in part 1. Then I'll present you a topic. You talk on it for a minute or so, and then we'll go to part 3. Is that okay? Are you ready to start?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you, Abrar. So Catherine, please proceed.
Okay. Well, I can see what your full name is, so I won't begin there. But if you would like to tell me a little bit about what you do in terms of school or work.
Okay, I'm a student and I'm just finished my HS examination, which is compared with A levels. And tomorrow is going to publish my result, and I'm praying for my result. I'm pursuing my university admission.
Good luck. I hope you did incredibly well.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Well, I'm sure you're very busy being the student that you are, but what do you like to do in your spare time? So in terms of hobbies, pastimes?
Yeah, I do singing, I play guitar, and sometimes I do sketches. And watching series and movies is my favorite pastimes.
Oh my gosh. How long have you been playing guitar for?
It's like 3 to 4 years.
Oh my gosh, did you learn on your own?
And
Or did you have a, sorry, or did you have an...
I'm involved with a musical band.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. This guy does it all.
Thank you.
So, okay, but depending on the result of this exam that you gave yesterday, what are your next steps in terms of your academic or professional career, if you don't mind my asking?
I'd like to admit myself in an engineering university or engineering school. And then, yeah, I'm doing preparation.
Do you have any idea what type of engineering you're interested in? Mechanical, electrical, chemical? Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yeah, I am going to choose major as mechanical, but in my country, autonomous is not available, so I'd like to go in a foreign country to achieve it. So, yeah.
Is that your reason for taking this English exam now, or is there another purpose?
Yes. Though I'm not from English medium, I'm from Bengali medium, so Ielts is the basic requirements in all the universities of foreign countries.
Got it. Yeah, someone born and raised in Canada, this is something that is so new to me. I really only learned about it in the past year.
Yes, I'm trying to do virtually in Canada.
Well,
all right.
Great start.
Wish you all the best in your preparation and everything. So now we'll
Thank you.
Move on to part 2. So Abrar, I'll be sharing my screen and one topic. You'll get 30 seconds or 1 minute to prepare, and then you will start. Okay, so let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so describe someone you really like to spend time with. You should say who this person is, how you knew him or her, what you usually do together, and explain why you like to spend time with that person. Do you see my screen? All right, so your 1 minute starts now. I'm starting a stopwatch. Okay. So Catherine, in the meantime, tell us a little bit about your undergraduate experience in Canadian University.
Oh gosh. Well, it's a bit annoying because I had known for quite some time that I wanted to go into law, but here you can't take law straight out of high school. You have to take some sort of undergraduate degree. And I guess you kind of alluded to this earlier. You have to do well on the LSAT. You have to do very well in terms of your academia. And extracurriculars are also very, very important to a lot of law schools. So not to say that the 4 years that I spent in psychology was a waste of time at all, but it was just a little bit of annoying because it kept me from what I really wanted to do. But I did learn a lot, and as it was a social science degree, it gave me a lot of exposure to writing a lot of academic pieces. So I would do essays very frequently, literature reviews, meta-analyses, and I would conduct a lot of research as well in this degree, which actually ended up being very transferable to my law degree currently. So in some ways, it was actually very useful, I guess.
Okay. We'll talk more about it maybe at the end of the session. Okay, so thank you so much. So let me stop sharing and go back to our main screen. So Abrar, I'm not sure if you're still here. I cannot see you on the screen. Do we have Abrar, or if there is any technical challenges? I'm not sure. Oh, there he is. Okay, Abrar. So I hope you get a chance to take proper notes. So whenever you are ready, we can start for part 2.
I'm really sorry. There was a technical problem.
No problem. No problem. So are you okay right now to start?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so we considered this. When this is live, so many things can go wrong. So don't worry about it. Okay. So if you're ready,
I'm
so
really sorry for that.
no problem.
Yeah, I'm ready right now.
Okay, so you can start. I'm starting the stopwatch as well, so you can start.
Okay.
Yeah, please start part 2. Describe someone you like and you spend time with.
Okay. I like my father very much. He's a very hardworking person. From my very childhood, I've seen him to struggle to build up his career, and I really do appreciate him for his works and everything. Every day when I see him, his age is now 60 years old, and he's working so hard in this age. So yeah, I take appreciation from him that I really need to do hard working in my career as well. And I really try to be like my father. Everything he do the things honestly. He do with patience. He do with the passion that he got, and I really like to apply the same thing that he is doing in his works and his future. And beside, he do so many things for my family and all of my sisters and brother. And I'd like to follow the path he worked. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. It's about 1 minute 20 seconds. I think it's a good length. Okay, but definitely we can work on it to push it even harder. So make it to 2 minutes time frame, right? But we'll talk more. So Catherine,
Okay.
please go ahead with part 3. Ask some follow-up questions.
Yes. So can you tell me maybe a specific example of maybe a time when your father exhibited a quality that you admire and that you wish to take on yourself, because he has all these wonderful qualities. But is there maybe one memory that like stands out amongst the rest, where you saw him doing something and you thought, I really want to be like that. I really want to embody that characteristic.
Okay, the base quality of my father is he never gives up on things. He was a banker and now he's doing business. In first, he has lost in so many businesses, but he never gave up. And now he's a successful businessman. And I saw him struggling. I saw him doing his best. I saw him working for 17 to 18 hours per day. And today I'm seeing him establishing own business. And I saw him the patience and all the things he did in his career. So I'd like that he's never give up in his things, and I want to be like him.
Lovely. Since you're speaking about family and how much that means to you, given that I'm obviously from a totally different country, the culture is a little bit different here. Can you speak a little bit to the values of family in your country? I'm very curious.
Okay. In my countries, all the families members live together, and the more I know that in Canada, 18, the parents live separately, and the other member of the family live around their own. But in our culture, we live together even after marriage. So yeah, this is the bond I like in my country culture, and we have the bond and all the things. If we got in danger, all the family members help us to recover it, and the bond is so strong here, I guess. But I'm respecting all the cultures of this world.
That's a lovely response, and yes, that is very much the case here. Can I ask how many generations typically live together where you're from?
We're living 2 generations together, and some of them are dead, and yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so I think we have like spend adequate time on each section, like part 1, part 2, part 3. So let's move on to the feedback. So Catherine, please proceed. What you have collected, what Abrar has done well, and where do you see room for improvement?
I honestly think this was a very well done response in many regards, particularly with the lack of hesitation. It was very conversational, and I really like that aspect about it. You did not struggle, you did not pause, there were no none of that. It was very fluid rather, and it was really, and it was nice to hear. I also liked, again, like just how many examples you had, how many qualities of your father that you wish to embody, and how many ways, he's this admirable person. And so you gave a lot of information, and that I really, really appreciated.